In the modern marketplace, we test everything before we buy. We rent before we own. We demand a trial period. But what happens when we bring this consumer mindset into the most profound and vulnerable space of human connection? The argument is simple. You must test compatibility before you commit. But today, we argue that this approach doesn't lead to better commitment. It leads to disposable relationships. We're going to uncover the hidden cost of the trial run and why love requires commitment first, not compatibility testing. We've been conditioned to treat love like a product. We shop for partners. We evaluate their performance. And if they don't meet our immediate specifications, we return them. This consumer love model fundamentally misunderstands human beings. We are not static items with fixed features. We are complex, growing creatures. Evaluating a person based on a short trial reduces their infinite worth to a temporary function. The core justification for trying before committing is the myth of perfect foresight. We think a short trial period will somehow inoculate us against future problems. But life doesn't work that way. Financial troubles, health crises, spiritual shifts. The real tests of a relationship rarely show up during the honeymoon trial. Committing only after the trial gives you a false sense of security. True intimacy is built on the bedrock of unconditional safety. When there is a trial run clause, safety is impossible. A part of both partners remains guarded, constantly assessing and being assessed. You are perpetually aware that the other person can and might walk away. This uncertainty prevents the deep vulnerability necessary for a relationship to truly flourish. The walls stay up. Here is the great paradox. Sexual connection doesn't just happen. It's learned. It's about patience, communication, and mutual emotional investment. When you test it outside of committed love, you're assessing a connection that hasn't been given the safe space to grow. True, profound sexual compatibility is a result of commitment, not the prerequisite for it. A commitment-first approach accepts imperfection and embraces growth. A trial-first approach expects perfection and punishes flaws. When commitment is missing, the immediate response to a challenge is to quit and search again. This robs both partners of the opportunity to develop patience, forgiveness, and the maturity required for lasting love. Being repeatedly treated as a trial product, being evaluated and potentially discarded has a cumulative, damaging effect on self-worth. It teaches people that they are valuable only so long as their performance is seamless. Love should affirm worth, not constantly question it. Real love is like a long-term investment, not a quick trade. The return comes not from the initial spark, but from the consistent, deliberate effort put in over years. When you enter a relationship with the exit door readily available, you don't fully invest. You hold back your energy, your effort, and your vulnerability. You only get out what you are willing to fully put in. A covenant or a formal vow is what transforms two people into a unified force. It says, "I choose you, even when things are difficult." This commitment acts as a protective shield against the inevitable storms of life. It's the vow that gives intimacy its depth, knowing that your partner is committed not just to the current feelings, but to the future of the relationship. If we wait for perfection before committing, we will wait forever. Love is not merely a feeling, it is an act of will. It is a choice we make every day to honor the bond. When we place the commitment first, we force ourselves to build the compatibility, to learn the connection, and to solve the problems, rather than abandoning ship. The answer is simple but countercultural. Stop consuming, start committing. Stop evaluating the temporary product and start investing in the permanent person. Choose to see your partner not as a trial run to be assessed, but as a sacred relationship to be honored, nurtured, and grown. The consumer love trap promises freedom, but delivers instability. True freedom, true peace, is found only in the profound security of a vow that says, I am here and I am staying. Stop chasing the illusion of perfection and start building the reality of commitment.